Chapter 4, Evil Shark Lords. Now that I'd obviously done the bravest thing anyone could do at the aquarium, I felt much more relaxed. "That was great," I said to Bernard as we made our way through the rest of the aquarium. "Did you see me wrangle that stingray?" Bernard blinked. "You mean when the guide put your hand in the water?" "I touched it too," said Zoe. "Yeah, but I think the one I touched was the scariest one," I said. "Definitely the ringleader of the group." "I don't think stingrays have leaders," said Bernard. "These ones do," I said. "I could just tell." Bernard frowned. "I'll have to look it up later." Bernard loves to look things up. It is kind of his superpower, being smart and knowing facts. Zoe's superpower is being super fast. My superpower is being super brave, obviously. We turned the corner and in front of us was the biggest tank we'd seen yet, the shark tank. Maybe the stingrays weren't the scariest thing in the aquarium. "Gather in close," said Betty, "but don't rap on the glass. We don't want to bother the sharks." "Of course we don't want to bother the sharks," I said to Zoe. "Who would want to bother a shark?" Then I saw who was rapping on the glass. Ralph. Of course. If anyone was going to annoy a shark, it would be him. "Did you know that sharks are older than dinosaurs?" asked tour guide Betty. "They've been around for over 400 million years. Bernard gasped. As I said, he loves facts. He raised his hand. "Does that mean that they are like dinosaurs that live in the sea?" "Kind of," said Betty. "But unlike the dinosaurs, they've managed to survive all these years. Masters of survival." And then I saw one. My very first shark sighting. It was not going to be my last. It looked just like the sharks in the movies, but bigger and meaner. It had big black eyes and rows of razor-sharp teeth, and I was sure it was looking right at me. "Whoa," said Zoe. "Whoa," said Bernard. I didn't say anything. I couldn't believe that I was staring at a real live shark, which could eat me. A few other sharks swam by too, but the first one, the one staring me down, was definitely the scariest one. Not that I was scared of it, but everyone else probably was, because it was a very scary shark. "And we arrived just in time for the feeding," said Betty. "Oh no, the feeding!" With all of the excitement, I'd forgotten about the feeding. Ralph cheered. "This is going to be the best," he said to his friends. "I can't wait to see the shark destroy something." Then he bared his teeth like a shark. "Ralph," said Regina, "please calm down." But she looked excited too. Everyone looked excited. I didn't get it. How could you be excited when we still don't know what or who was going to get fed to the sharks? In the episode of Space Blasters where they went to Shark Planet, which was run by the evil Shark Lord, he almost tricked Spaceman Jack into being his dinner. Doesn't everyone know that sharks are evil masterminds? How else do you think they have survived for millions and millions of years? The sharks were swimming faster now, all of them except the big one. The big one just kept moving in slow circles, going slower every time it passed me, Zoe, and Bernard. It was looking at me. I was sure of it. Every time it swam by, his eyes fixed on me. Even Bernard said, "Why is the shark looking at us?" "It's not looking at us," scoffed Zoe. "How can you even tell what it's looking at? Its eyes are on either side of its head. It's looking everywhere." "Well, if it is looking everywhere, then that also means it's also looking at us," said Bernard. "So I'm technically right. The shark isn't looking at us," repeated Zoe. And then, as if the shark was listening, which it probably was because, as I said, they are sneaky masterminds, it slowly turned and came right at us. We all took a step back from the tank, even Zoe. "Now, can you admit it is looking at us?" I whispered. Then the shark unhinged its giant jaws and showed us all its teeth, and it was still coming toward us. What is it doing?" asked Bernard. He sounded a little shaky. Excuse me, is that normal shark behavior?" Betty came over. "Oh, don't worry. That shark there is just Crazy Charlie. He's our biggest and moodiest shark. He's also the most vain. Crazy Charlie just likes to show off his teeth before he eats. He's very proud of them." Why is he called Crazy Charlie?" I asked. This all seemed highly dangerous. Betty shrugged. "Oh, Charlie is just a bit unpredictable. He follows his own schedule and is a really picky eater. Sometimes he doesn't eat at all during feeding time. And other times He'll scare the rest of the sharks away and eat all the fish himself. By this time, Crazy Charlie had passed us and was making another round, but still, every time he swam by, I was sure he was looking straight at me, staring me down and sizing me up. "Look," said Regina, pointing upward. We all looked up and saw chunks of something falling from the top of the tank. "What is that?" asked Bernard. "Special shark food," said Betty. "Frozen fish with multivitamins stuffed inside them. Keeps the sharks healthy and strong." "Frozen fish?" asked Zoe. "Like fish sticks?" "Not quite," said our guide with a smile, "but close. I bet our sharks would like fish sticks too." "Told you that you could get fish sticks at an aquarium," I whispered at Zoe. Betty walked away to answer someone else's question. All of the sharks were swimming to the top of the tank to get their lunch. All of them but one, Crazy Charlie. He was still swimming in slow circles, coming closer and closer to us with every loop. "He reminds me of something," I said, watching him. "It's as if he's mind controlling all the other sharks." "Sharks don't have mind control," said Zoe. "Some do, like the evil Shark Lord on Space Blasters," I said. "He controls all the sharks on Shark Planet." "Sam, we've been over this. Just because something happens on Space Blasters doesn't mean it's real," said Zoe. "It might be," I said. "Maybe, but you don't have any proof," said Zoe. I pointed at the giant crazy shark swimming in front of us. Proof doesn't that shark look exactly like the evil Shark Lord? They have got to be related." "Related how?" asked Bernard, who always wants to know the details. "I don't know," I shrugged. "They're probably cousins or something." Everyone else in the class was watching the sharks eating their special shark lunch. Everyone but me, Zoe, and Bernard, who couldn't take our eyes off Crazy Charlie. He couldn't take his eyes off us either. "I guess he's acting kind of weird," admitted Zoe. "There has to be a scientific explanation," said Bernard. "Yes, there is. He wants to eat us," I said. "Even if he wanted to eat us, he wouldn't be able to," said Bernard. Logical as always. "I mean, unless he jumped out of the tank or broke the glass, and that's impossible." Just then, Crazy Charlie came around on